Have you ever wanted to teach your children and your grandchildren even more about Jesus' resurrection, about Passover? And there's all of these elements to the story that maybe you don't know the truth about. Not really the truth, but you don't know all of the significance of it. Well, today I'm going to share with you another one of these little significant details that is just going to enrich your understanding of this holiday season. Well, I just want to welcome you to my backyard. I am Annette Reeder, the biblical nutritionist, and it's a joy to serve you God's recipe for excellent health. Now, normally we're talking about food or how your body works, and today we're talking about the elements to Passover and all of the Jesus resurrection and all of that. Well, that's okay, because I like to include it all because it's all important. And if I can teach you new nuggets of truth, you can sit down at the dinner table and share it with your family. And that's where learning takes place. That's where we understand how God works and how He blesses us. Okay, so today it's about hyssop and the blood on the doorpost. So first of all, I want to show you, I'm out in my yard because I want to show you my hyssop. It's springtime, so it's not quite as big as it's going to be, but I just want to give you a glimpse at my hyssop growing in the yard. Here is my hyssop, and I'm going to put this down at ground level so you can see right now it's only about 1.5 feet tall. It is actually going to grow as tall as me. It's in the mint family, so for those of you who are very familiar with mint, you'll see that it's growing right next to my mint. And yes, it's in the mint family, which means it's going to populate all over your yard. I only planted 2 plants, and you'll see I have it popping up all over the place, and even right here in front of me. This is going to get beautiful blooms at the top, and the bees love it. So do the Japanese beetles as well, which is typical of life. We have what's beautiful, and then we have what's trying to take away the beauty. So these are going to grow to be as tall as I am, so about 5 feet tall, loaded with blooms. The bees love it, very fragrant. You can also use the blooms and the leaves in tea. The blooms can be used as, they're used as a cleansing agent. It's used as an expectorant, so a cough suppressant, helps with fever, helps with earache. So there's lots of different uses for hyssop. Now in Israel, all of the plants grow bigger and bushier and stronger. So you can see these stems are not strong enough really at all. But we're going to go ahead and pick one, and we're going to take it to the front door. I'm going to teach you about the blood. This is going to so delight you. So let's go to the house. So here I am at my front door. Now their hyssop branch would obviously be a lot more firmer than mine. And so they would take this branch, they would dip it into the blood of the lamb, and then he instructed them to put it on both sides of the frame and also at the top. Now here's what I want you to get from this, because I know you already understand this. What they outlined, many preachers will say it represents the cross, it outlines the cross, but actually no, it represents the Hebrew letter Chay. You see how it outlines, you can see the Hebrew letter Chay. And when you look at the outline that Jesus said, it would never be at the threshold, because that would be walked upon. Instead, it represents the Hebrew letter Chay. This is important to understand because the Hebrew letter word Chay means alive. It means life. Yes, so this is another element of the story to help us understand what Jesus did. When the death angel went over the homes and they had this letter painted on their door frame, it meant this is a house to live. This is where Jesus is going to live. All right, this is where God's presence lives. And this is what we need to understand, that there's elements to the story that when we understand them brings so much more meaning to the whole resurrection, the whole, just all of it. So I just really wanted you to understand these elements, and I wanted you to add more life to your resurrection celebration. So hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope you'll keep joining us and watching us for more videos from either my home or my kitchen, because I really want to teach you God's recipe for excellent health. And yes, that will always include the cross, because the cross represents salvation, because Jesus died for you and for me. And he would have died just for you, just one person. but he died for all of us at the same time. Isn't that just the most beautiful story you've ever heard? I'm Annette Reeder, the biblical nutritionist. Be sure and catch my other videos dealing with the Passover, Feast of Unleavened Bread, and we have some handout cards that you can print out and put on the dinner table so you can have conversation starters. It's all to help you come to the dinner table, to fellowship, to be nourished, and to share what God is doing in your life so we never forget. So we never forget. All right, thanks for watching.